Greetings, fellow word enthusiasts. Okay, maybe you're not enthusiastic about words as I am, but I am. Today's word is deadline. It's a fixed date when something has to be done. Yes, got to have that done, got to have that report in. Deadline. Now, there is a place where this word came. You can actually go see the place where this word came into being. Yes, it exists in America, in the state of Georgia. Anyway, um, I spend time, I use an application called FocusMate to help me focus. I have ADD, ADHD, and a butterfly. Oh, wow. Anyway, I get distracted easily. So this means I match up with somebody for 25 minutes or 50 minutes and focus on what I'm doing, and it helps me do stuff. But I don't have any deadlines. If you have deadlines, well, God bless you. I hope I'm recording this. Um, I feel for. I used to have deadlines, but I don't. I'm retired. Anyway, a deadline is something that's got to be done, and it came into being in the brought to us by the great American spectacle, the American Civil War. Um, there was a prisoner of war camp in called Andersonville, in Georgia, North Georgia, and no, in Georgia. I'm not going to say exactly where, but they have preserved part of it. And in that camp, it was run by a Swiss mercenary called Henry Wirtz. He was captain in the Confederate Army, and it was a Confederate prisoner of war camp. And this was toward the end of the war. I mean, the South had nothing left, folks. Um, and so there's just some wooden trees put into the ground, a palisade made up, and then they herded these thousands of people and thousands of prisoners of war, and it was horrible. 1,200 prisoners a month died in that camp. That's a lot, and it was only in existence for like 13 months because, like I say, it was right at the end of the war. So, but the commander didn't have a lot of troops. So he made a line about 17 feet from this wooden palisade in from it and said, that's called the deadline. And he told his guards, whatever he had, since he didn't have enough to watch them all, said, if anybody approaches that line, touches it, leans on it, whatever, shoot him, kill him. And that was the deadline. He called it the deadline. And there was the trial. There was only one Confederate soldier that was accused of war crimes, and that was this particular Captain Wirtz, and he was convicted and hanged, by the way, for atrocities. So, and in the trial, it came out about this deadline, and the newspaper guys liked it because they had to get their reports in at a certain time, or it wouldn't be. They couldn't put it in. They had a deadline, so they picked up this phrase. And it's spread all over, and now we have this phrase called the deadline. I have to get this paper in for this time, or I have to do that report, or I have to pour this foundation. Whatever, we have deadlines. It's a very useful phrase. Unfortunately, it comes from a sad thing in history. Okay, now remember, folks, that's all about deadline. That's all I'm going to tell you. Now you know. But remember, always buckle up. It makes the aliens much harder to snatch you out of your car. I've learned that. Okay, that's it. Talk to y'all later. Or maybe not. If you've had enough of this silliness.